friend, it's me, Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft my world stands still. Today I'm going to use this really fun stamp set with this car and make a wedding card. This is from Pajama Crafter Stamps. It's called Just Married. So let's just jump right into this card. So I have gone ahead and stamped it out and used my scan and cut to die cut it out. So it is all ready to go, and I also have some cans here that I also scanned and cut out. This is going to be for trailing behind on my car here. I forgot which color is darker, so I'm just going to quick do a little test here. Okay, well, hello, B1. B1 is a little darker. So I'm going to go in with B1 first. And I'm going to put this on with flicking motions on the sides of the windows. This will help create kind of a beveled look. I'm using another card sketch that I made today. So my card sketch looks basically like this, but then something stamped here and an optional sentiment. Today I'm not going to put a sentiment here. I'm going to use the cans instead, and we're going to put the sentiment on the inside. But my point is you can use a card sketch. You can even make your own. There's also card sketches. You can actually make your own too, in like even a notebook. If you have a notebook laying around your house, you can just start sketching or seeing some designs that you really like and kind of make it your own. But card sketches are a really fun way to kind of switch up your style a little bit. So I've recently started liking them a little bit more. Again, I'm going to leave the middle kind of white because this is just the glass after all. Next, I'm going to work on the actual car itself. I'm going to use 5 markers, which seems a little overwhelming. But I figured, I don't know, I tested them out over here, and I think that my colors will look cute as they are in my head. So I'm going to go in with this one first, which is the darkest color, and I'm going to put it at the bottom, and again use the little flicks. They say that that is a great way to get good blending. Oh, that one got a little long. That was kind of always my problem with coloring. I sometimes don't know when enough is enough and to switch up colors. But the only way that you can get better at something is to practice. So here I am. Okay, now the trunk is this little smiley face mouth area. I think I'm going to put the dark color just a little bit on here, like as an outline. I think it will look even better once I start blending. Alright, well this video is going up I think on the 19th of December for this year, which means it's almost been a year that I've been on the design team with Pajama Crafter Stamps. So I am just really excited to finish up the year as a whole year on a design team. This is the first design team that I've ever been on, and I've enjoyed it. They have tons of cute stamps like this one, and if you have not checked out some of their other stamps, go ahead and do that. They also have a really cool die that I have decided with no authority at all, but I have decided in my own head that they have the best die of the year for 2024, which is the compass die. I will always like that one. I have it on my Instagram if you haven't checked that out. I do also have a video on YouTube that shows how to assemble it, but I think that it is such a clever die, and it is easy peasy to put together, but the finished result is really cool. So, like I said, with no authority of my own, I have dubbed that the best die of the year. Mostly because well, the easy factor is there, but also you can mix and match that with anything that you already have. And I love shopping your own stash and figuring out what you have and how you can incorporate what you have and make it work. This color is a little darker than my last one that I just used, the B13. Oh, hello, it's B15. Of course it's darker. Looks like I had a little mix up with my markers, but I'm just going to roll with it like this car. And I'm just going to put it under the circle areas as a little bit of a shadow. Again, you kind of have to trust the process here on your car if you're going to recreate this. Okay, then I'll go in with B32. This is a very light minty aqua color. And really blend through. Should be using flick motions again, so I'll do that again right here. And we'll just go all around. This is going to be kind of the main color of my car here. I want it to be a little bit teal. So my card layout, let's just talk about my pattern paper here for a second. If you've watched some of my videos from December here, you know I've been all about using your pattern paper that's in your stash already. So I have done that again with some really interesting, this is like train paper actually, or like subway routes from Chicago, which is always kind of fun for me to think about. I almost moved to Chicago once upon a time, but that did not happen. Anyway, this, even though it's train themed, I thought that it would look kind of cool with the car. It's a little bit of transportation themed, and if you don't look very carefully, it just kind of looks like a map, which would be perfect if you're going on a little honeymoon in this cute car. I'm going to add a stamp to the window as well to help it kind of tie together with the whole wedding theme. There are 3 little curved stamps right here, and I really have not decided which one I want to use yet, so I figured I'd just wait until I colored to decide on my final sentiment, because they're all really cute and I think they would all work perfectly for a wedding card. I mean, the set is called Just Married, so of course that this is going to be great for wedding cards, but we'll see. See what I decide. My last color, I'm just going to add all over. I am not a Copic expert at all. I would love to be one day, but again, you're not going to get better at something if you don't practice. So here I am, giving it a shot. I'm going to leave the top a little bit lighter, like that. And then this trunk area, I'm going to hopefully blend some of this in. This is looking a little blotchy. And then I'm going to go kind of metallic on the trunk handle. So I'll leave that white for a little bit. And I'll just flick in. And we're almost completely colored with this card. And it can kind of look a little shiny with some highlight areas because cars are usually a shiny finish, not a matte finish. So it's okay if it's not perfect. I'm telling you, but I'm also telling myself. I'll just blend in some of these areas that are looking a little blotchy. And overall, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I'm just going to go in and blend this area. For whatever reason, these areas are kind of messing with my head. Probably because I went from dark to light a little quick there. There we go. That's looking better. Perfect. Perfectly imperfect. Okay, now for the lights. I'm envisioning this being the back of the car, so brake lights are dark red, or they're red at least. So I'm going to go in with a very dark red first in the inner circle, like that. And then I'm going to take a lighter red and go on the inside, kind of blend it out a little. I think this will help it look more like it's glowing. And then I'm going to take this red violet color around the edge. Just like that. Yeah, that's looking perfect for what I was looking for. And then I'm going to grab a yellow from my marker mansion. And this yellow, we'll grab this one. Bright yellow. This will be for the other lights. We'll just use one. Don't need to get too fancy. All the fancy blending was on the car. And then I'm going to grab my C's. If you know anything about Copic markers, you already know this, but the C's stand for cool. So we're going to use cool grays. I have C1, 3C, C1, C3, C5. I was this close to saying, now I can't think of it. The Star Wars thing. C3PO. Funny how I was going to say it like this and then it just goes right out of my head. So funny. Okay. My darkest color is going to go in the middle. And then I'm going to use my medium color. And then my lightest color, which is C1. And that will just fleck out. And then I think I'm going to draw a little heart on that. Should I? Yes. I'm going to. My nails are gone, so I can't even tap. Okay, where is my black pen? This little heart will go right in the center. I suppose if I had a little stamped heart, I could have stamped it. Maybe one of these, but that's okay. I know how to draw a heart. And then I'm going to use C7 and C10, which these are very, very, very dark. So it's going to look black like the tires, but that's okay. I'm going to make little tread lines. Can be a little cartoony, a little squiggly. That one was too squiggly. We're going with it. And then C7. And that will go at the top and the bottom. So it kind of looks like it's dark under the car and dark near the road. And then C5. Just blend it out. Try not to blend the tread marks too much though. Tires are not perfectly one color, so it's okay if it does not blend evenly between the two tires. It just has to have the color there. So the idea of blending is there. Then I'm going to use my darkest teal again, which is duck blue, and go around the license plate very carefully. That will help everything match. There. And then we'll do a light blue for the, I don't know what these are called, drill marks? My husband takes care of the license plates in this family, clearly. Alright, and then C1, I'm going to go over the license plate just a little at the bottom, so it kind of has a little shadow, maybe on the sides too. just so it doesn't look so like white and open. Alright, that was a lot of marker colors, so I'm sure that some of these will coordinate. Let's do some red and yellow cans, because that kind of reminds me of Campbell's soup. So I have to think about, how do Campbell's soups look? I'm gonna quick look that up. I think they are white cans with the red label, and then the top of the can will be probably C5. So these cans are not just going to be glued on to my project, they are going to have some thread, which is why I have that thread there to remind me to use it. They're going to be dangling behind the car. I don't know if this is like just an American thing or what, but it used to be that when someone would get married, people would tie empty cans to their car, so when they were driving down the road it would kind of clink. I don't know. I've been to a lot of weddings and no one has done that, but that's, maybe it's just a thing of the past, but I think it's really darling. Alright, here is my middle color. Oh my, what is going on there? Maybe it has some ink coming out. Well, Copic markers are alcohol based, so if I need to get that off of my glass mat later, I will probably just use some rubbing alcohol and it will come off. These are teeny tiny and my nails are so short. Alrighty, what is left? I think that's it. I'm going to attach my cans to my car with some thread. So we have 5 cans here. So we'll make 5 strips. 4, 5. This is just some basic DMC floss. I do love the DMC stuff. If you've watched any of my stitching videos, you know that. And now for taping them onto the car, I am really not going to be fussy, but I am going to be fussy about the glue that's going to go on the actual cars, because these are going to be moving around on the card, and if they flip over, I don't want to see bright yellow tape. So I am going to use liquid glue for gluing the cans to the strings. There's that. You could also add the hearts or the flowers to the back too. That would be really cute. You could also make kind of like a fun 70s themed card with the flowers and use the car. It doesn't have to be for a wedding, maybe a birthday card. And make like a flower power kind of card to get my drift. So there's that. Alright. All attached. Now I think I'm going to attach the actual car first with some foam. I do want it to be popped up. I have this black panel here popped up already, so it has some dimension. Looks like I'm all out of my foam here, so grab another one. And these strips are kind of my go-to. I got them in bulk. I like that they're really skinny. I know a lot of people get foam in bulk in these big rolls, but they're so thick. I don't know how you do it. Oh, I was going to stamp on the window. Well, I'm not going to do that. We're going to stamp inside. And then I'm going to line this up so it is centered, because it's kind of the focal point of the card here. There we go. This is like hair, like a ponytail. Okay, we'll start with one. And I'm actually going to glue these with using my packaging of my stamps here, because it's plastic and the glue can come off easily. I know my strings are far too long right now, and that's fine, because it will fray, and I don't want it to fray right where my can is going to be. So it's going to be fine. In fact, we're going to use more tape. And the glue is going to be under the cans themselves. So we are going to put them on backwards. So when the glue is dry, I can flip it over and they'll be all good to go. You might be watching this going, what in the world are you doing? Trust my process, please. All right, get those 3 taped down. More tape for the rest of them. I just think interactive cards are so fun, so why not make a fun interactive card if you can. Alright, so there are my 5. I'm going to sneak my little cans under the floss, and some of them are going to be a little wonky, and that's fine. They're supposed to be. They're supposed to look effortlessly dragging behind. Alright, I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the back. On each one. So this will be for this thread, this will be for this one, and that for this one. And then I'm going to let this dry completely, and then I will show you a pretty picture at the end of what it looks like. So as that dries, we're going to work on the inside of the card and put a happy little sentiment on the inside, because this has options here. Now, I kind of want to lean into the car theme of this card, so I am going to choose the one that says, "May all your roads bring you joy and happiness." And then we're going to add some other details to the inside, because why not? We're waiting for our glue to dry anyway, you know? I always like to rub off any residue that's left on the stamps with my hand. You could also use a stamp cleaner, I suppose. Get that nice and inky. And I'm using black Memento ink, Tuxedo Black. And we'll just stick that right on, like so. And then I'm going to add the hearts, but I wanted to add the hearts with some red ink because I want it to kind of pop. So let's grab Bee Sting from Simon Hurley. Starting to remember the ink colors a little bit better. Let's use the hearts because it's a wedding card. There is love in weddings, hopefully. So we'll just do that. And have them be kind of offset, so it's a little playful. Yeah, maybe one more little oomph on the bottom. My too much brain is kicking in yet again. There we go. That looks really cute. Okay. Now my glue is going to take a while to dry, so I will pop back on when my glue is dry. as my favorite aggressive cooking tutorial lady says, some time has elapsed. Now, my glue is dry enough where I feel confident that if I cut it, it's not going to move. So I'm going to take these tweezers, not tweezers, they look like tweezers. They're Fiskars spring-loaded scissors. They're super easy for cutting. I like them a lot. And I like that they are fine-nosed, if you will. So they are going to go in handy here. This is looking so cute. It's just what I had hoped for. And then one last one. We'll free them up. Free at last. All right. See how they're like hanging and they're fun? Ta-da! Now, to add this to my card base, remember I stamped inside. I have my tape all ready to go. I was very impatient as I was waiting for my glue to dry. So I figured I would fold it up and get my double-sided tape on there. Then all I have to do is pull off the strips and it's straight. I did not come up with this. I don't know who did. People online. Now, I think I will add a little bit of some embellishments down by the cans, just so it's kind of like the sparkle effect. Or maybe I'll add them on. Oh boy, and I just pulled that right off. I think I'm going to actually add some clear dots on the lights. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll find a dot. Yeah, those are the right size. Perfect. Now, if you don't have these clear dots and you want to recreate this, you could also use like a clear glue even probably would work. Or if you have, what is that, glossy accents, that would be fun to add too. You could even put that on the window as like a shiny part of the window. Let's put the little ones on the yellow area too, because I'm feeling extra. As usual. There we go. And one on the other side. It's perfect that that was just the right size. Who would have guessed? Alright, now I have this cute wedding card, so now someone needs to get married so I can use it. Okay, let me know what you think of this card in the comments, and if you want to recreate this card with the same sketch, you can change out the stamp, you can add a sentiment on the bottom, whatever you'd like, let me know, and show me your makes at the Stationery Maker group on Facebook, or even on the Pajama Crafter Stamps and Friends group on Facebook, where you can post Pajama Crafter Stamps projects. So if you have this stamp set, I'd love to see what you make with it. So be sure to post and share your art. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. We'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend.